All right, today we are going to finish up with our warm colors for the skull, and we're going to use some watercolor cool colors for the space around the skull. Now you're going to get to choose one of the colors, and you're only going to paint it with one color just to make that skull really stand out. And when you paint, you kind of use that paintbrush in a dragging motion, going slowly next to your skull and spreading out the paint so it's evenly distributed along the paper. You can turn your paper and go slowly again next to the skull, pulling that paint so you get a nice smooth line. And once you get that cool color finish, it'll really make your skull pop out. That cool color kind of takes a step back and that skull will just pop out. And then we're going to use some puffy paint next, and I'll show you what that looks like next. Okay, so now that the background is finished, now we get to add the puffy paint. I've already added a little bit to it. It's dried right now, but puffy paint kind of dries and you can't really see in the video, but it'll have like a little bit of a raised texture, almost like a bead. And you can put this anywhere you want. I've got these colors and you can use any colors you want. You don't have to stick to warm or cool. And then if there's something that you have already painted in, you might think about putting a little dot. Stick to dots. Dots are probably the easiest with the puffy paint. It's not going to create a line. See, that already kind of made a little, it kind of squirted out too fast. So I'm just going to stick to dots. Wherever I think I could use some more texture. Again, these have lots of details. There's lots of different designs on these. And you can kind of go crazy with the designs. So this is just, that came out a little too fast. Don't squeeze too hard with your puffy paint. I'm thinking about where some of these dots would stand out. And you need to let this dry for at least a day. So once you've got your puffy paint finished, I'm gonna let you just raise your hand and I will come pick it up. So I don't know if I need any more dots right now. I'm like looking at my picture and I'm trying to think about what I might add to it to make it even more interesting. But I think it looks really interesting right now. So I'm pretty much done. I might add a few more little dots, tiny little dots. The puffy paint is the best for. So just think about where you could add a few little dots on your paper. And when you're finished, just raise your hand and I will put it in the drying rack for you. And then we're done.